Hey, 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 here we are, October 8th. I can't believe it. The year is flying. We are pretty much in fall. I'm in Spokane, Washington. You can comment below and tell me where you're chiming in. I'd love to know where everybody lives. Maybe your state. If you're brave, you can post your city and your state. Love to know where you are. Also, I want to make sure you're aware that this group is yours. Please post your comments, your challenges, your whatever barriers you're facing, whatever is going on in your fight against type 2 diabetes. Maybe you're pre-diabetic, maybe you're type 2 diabetic, but what are some challenges? What are some things that you need help with? We all are facing our own challenges. They're all unique, but we're all here to help you. Most likely, somebody in the group has been in the same place that you are and maybe can offer you some tips or advice. All right, let's dive in. So I put the topic today about not skipping meals, and I have some notes here so that way I make sure I stay on task. I do try to keep these videos under 15 minutes. My attention span is about that when I watch videos, so I'm respecting your time. If these become more popular, I'll do them more often. Otherwise, just put out a reminder in your calendar every Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, that I'll be here. Come in the group, chat with me, or reach out to me and tell me what topics you'd like me to talk about. I love talking about all things diabetic. If you can't, oh, okay, so great. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry, yay. Thank you for tuning in. Why didn't you answer the question? If you can't eat carbs, then what's your reasoning for putting up the post? I don't understand where you're going with this. Maybe what I'll have to do is I'll have to look and see. Most people don't do carbs who are diabetic. Okay, so carbs are important. I wouldn't say totally get rid of them, but again, everybody's different. Everybody's body is completely different. I can have carbs, but I have to keep them under 100 a day. Okay. Now, I think there was a comment recently about having, I think the doctor had said 75 carbs per meal. And I questioned that. I was like, 75 carbs per meal, or was that per day? So I'm wondering if that's what we're talking about, because everybody's body's different, right? I can have a bowl of oatmeal and 2 eggs, check my blood sugar. Depending on how much oatmeal I have, I could be okay, right? But the next person that might have more advanced type 2 diabetic or diabetes might not have the same swing on the blood sugar scale as I do, because they might be more advanced, right? They might have more, they might be further along, and they may or may not be taking medication, and here I am. I'm very well controlled. I'm monitored really closely, but I'm very well controlled. And part of that is because my body weight is really low. So I maintain this lean body mass, and I'm able to keep my blood sugars maintained. Now, it is a battle. It's a struggle daily. Like, I have to feed my body, and that's kind of what I'm going in today with my topic about not skipping meals. I have to consistently eat every 3 hours. If I don't eat every 3 hours, I have these huge swings, low, high, all over the place, and then I'm exhausted and I want to sleep. But that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is not skipping your meals, right? Starting first thing right out the gate, eating within 20 minutes. Obviously, you want to check your fasted blood sugar, see where you are before you eat. Take your medications if you're on any medications. And I know a few of you can't eat for 2 hours after taking your medication. And one of you in particular, a client of mine, we set a schedule where she wakes up early, takes her medication, crawls back into bed, and sleeps another hour and a half. So, that's a way to manage that and resolve that. But I do believe that you need to eat within 20 minutes of waking up, rising, and then eating every 2.5 to 3 hours after that. Small meals. The reason why is, like I had mentioned, for me, for instance, if I don't eat, I get these really big lows, these big crashes, which stimulates cravings. Then I'm famished, then I'm moody, then I'm irritable, then I'm making poor choices, and then I'm eating way too much or the wrong thing. I'm making bad choices. But yeah, so big swings, highs and lows. I don't feel good. It throws my hormones off, throws my whole day off. I get mad at everything, but it doesn't feel good either. Definitely, if you're on meds, the long lasting also, that's going to impact that too. You might end up dropping too low. So that's an issue. Always monitor your blood sugar levels until you get that thing, really dialed in and you know what to eat, when, and how much, and understanding your body, and know that we change too. Moving forward, I can have the same food yesterday, today, and tomorrow and check my blood sugars before and after, and it can vary, right? That has a lot to do with my sleep, my stress, my hydration, how I'm, managing my day. So many factors can come into play. If you're feeling funny throughout the day, check your blood sugar again. Really get dialed in. Know when you're having these highs, when you're having these lows. Know what your numbers are. I can almost to the penny. I can bet money on what my numbers are at all points in time during the day. Unless I fall short on something. And then I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Where am I at? My numbers might be a little off. But you don't feel like eating? I get that. I get when you don't feel well. You're like, I just don't feel good. Nothing sounds good. I don't want to eat. You still got to eat. Why? Because you don't want these huge spikes. You don't want these huge drops. You don't want to move all over the scale. You want to stay as consistent and level as much as possible throughout the day. I know it's never going to be just like that. It's never perfect, but as much as possible, we want to maintain level, consistent blood sugar levels. And here's the thing, for me, good, I'm glad, I hope so. So I'll answer that question in just a second, Terry. Plan your meals. Know what you're going to eat. I always know what I'm going to eat 24 hours in advance. Some of my clients, because they do have, that huge 9 to 5 job or whatever, they have a really strict schedule and they're just really busy. They're moving kids or doing this or doing that, shopping, grocerying, all over the place, running a business, whatever it is. Some of them have to plan their whole week out for food. Like they have to know, they have to shop on Sunday, food prep, whatever, like this big thing. For me, food prepping sounds like a nightmare to me, but so some people have to do a whole week. For me, it's more of a 24 hours in advance. I know what I'm going to eat 24 hours in advance. And one of the biggest tricks that's worked for me that I tell a lot of my clients is at dinner, cook at home, eat at home, prepare your meals at home, but cook like you're cooking for 2 extra people every night, right? So you're going to have 2 servings of protein, 2 servings of vegetables extra every night, and then put them in a Tupperware, right? 2 separate meals, put them in a Tupperware, and you got 2 meals for the next day. Boom, done. And then it's like leftovers that aren't really gross and slimy. They're, just overnight. That is one of the biggest tricks that I think it works for me really well. So I just know that I always buy extra protein, extra chicken, extra this, or, sometimes like the package is not enough for my whole family and 2 meals. Then I always have canned tuna, I always have canned turkey, I always have canned salmon. I try not to eat a lot of canned meats, but they're good for those times that you're a little bit short. And same with egg whites. I do recommend no more than 2 egg yolks a day, because we do need to be mindful of our heart health. But, egg whites is another alternative that you can quickly cook up and serve for a protein. I always have, like right now, I have a giant bowl of salad in my fridge. Probably once a week, I go and I chop up a whole bunch of veggies, put it in a bowl with some paper towels, and that way it keeps it fresher longer. But once a week, I'll do a big chopped salad with all different kinds of veggies, whatever is going on, right? I'm lucky I live in Washington. I can go to You Pick Farms and I can pick a bunch of veggies and berries all summer long. But always once a week, and that usually lasts about 3 days. I don't like having salad every day, but we like roasted vegetables and raw vegetables or steamed vegetables. I like to shake it up, but trying to give you guys some tips. But again, not skipping meals will prevent you from binging. It'll prevent you from cravings. It'll prevent you from getting in the car and going to the drive-thru. Just stay consistent with your meals. Don't skip your meals. And also another thing is always having foods on hand that are very, very low calorie, that are healthy. I eat a lot of cucumbers. Sometimes, in fact, actually, before I went live, I'm like, I'm hungry, but it's not time to eat. So I went and grabbed some cucumbers, right? Just munched on some cucumbers. And honestly, part of it is just that texture, that just crunching, just that eating of something that really helps. And then I like to have zucchini too. So both of those are kind of like, I don't want to say 0 calorie, but they're low in calorie. They're satisfying, they're filling, they have fiber, they have good vitamins and nutrition in them, and I feel like I'm eating something. Um, so to have on hand, something, maybe even hard-boiled eggs are a good thing. And again, be mindful about the egg yolks, but hard-boiled eggs are something that my family loves to have in the refrigerator for a quick grab. So always having those. Some people, and again, remember, everybody's body is affected differently when they consume food. So the Greek yogurt zeros, some people can handle that, right? Again, how you know is before you take a bite of that Greek zero yogurt, they're the little black containers. Before you take a bite, check your blood sugar levels, and then set your alarm for 1 hour, eat your yogurt, and then in 1 hour, check your blood sugar again. If you swing higher than 20 points, it's not a good food for you, right? Your body is not able to handle that sugar load, that glucose load. So that's how you know. That is in the group too under unit. If you're curious, there's a slide on that. Test your meter, I think is what it's called. But Greek Zero is something that a lot of my clients use. I don't. I try to stay away from dairy as much as possible. Another one is non-fat Greek, non-fat Greek yogurt with berries, or non-fat Greek yogurt with sugar-free Jello or sugar-free pudding powder. Just put a little bit for flavoring. Or non-fat Greek yogurt with a little bit of protein powder and berries on top. That's another. Another one is non-fat cottage cheese with berries, or non-fat cottage cheese with salsa. So these are some options that have worked really well with a lot of my clients. They always have these things on hand, on stock. Always keep a steady supply. I personally, again, everybody's different. I get asked all the time, can you just give me a meal plan? Well, that won't work because I don't know how you cook in your house. I don't know what food you bring into your house. I don't know what your tastes are. Pickiness, there's all these different issues, and how your body responds, right? I do have rules, I do have parameters that I work with each client, and we modify according to what their glucose meter shows. Almonds are a great one too, though if you are looking to lower your body fat, you've got to be really careful, and no more than 10 almonds a day. So that's not that much, right? It's not going to keep you full very long. But when you're skipping meals, like I said, you're going to feel more irritated, you're going to feel more moody, you're going to feel cranky, tired, right? That's a big one. I would feel like I ran a marathon if my blood sugars went high and low too fast, right? That's what'll happen. It'll wear you out. You'll feel exhausted, foggy brain, shakiness, and making poor decisions is another thing. We have over 200 food decisions a day, and you may not realize that, but we do. Every single one of us. We are affected by food constantly. It's around us. It's our culture. It's part of our society. We're marketed to constantly. In fact, actually, after I get off of this live, I've got to go to the store, and I'm preparing myself. I'm preparing myself for walking into this marketing crazy music playing, the light at the right tone, all these colors flashing at me, new flavors, pumpkin spice, this and that I can't have, right? So, I'm preparing myself for that. It's like torture. It's horrible, but I'm going to go full, right? I'm going to eat before I leave. I'm going to have, I'm not going to go hungry. I have my list. I'm going to stick to my list. But I just, that way I make good decisions while I'm at the store, keeping my environment clean of things that I don't need and don't want. And just think about it when you go through the store, there's so many aisles. Like, there was funny, recently last time I went to the store, I was like, okay, I'm done. I got everything on my list. And then I was like right there at the aisle of doom, right? All the junk food. I'm like, that's the fastest way to the cash register. And I just went through it really fast. So, the things that we have to do. But, skipping meals actually can send your body into starvation. How? Because you're dropping your blood sugars are dropping too low. The ideal range is 70 to 110. If you're in 70 to 110, that's the fat burn zone. That's where you want to be if you want to lower your body fat. If you want to dial that in, that's the sweet spot. You want to stay in that zone all day long, right? That's how you get lean like me. But you've got to know how to hone that in. You've got to know how to fuel your body, eat in a way that says 90% of the time you're fueling your body. You're putting nutrients, vitamins, minerals, all the things, the good things that make you healthy, make you live longer, stronger, and feel better, and get control of your blood sugar levels. Versus eating for pleasure, eating for enjoyment, eating for texture, eating for comfort, whatever it is. If you're trying to fill you're trying to fulfill comfort or boredom or something of that nature, you need more joy in your life. You need more hobbies. You need more things to do that fills you with joy and excitement and thrilling and things to look forward to. There's ways to get comfort outside of food. Hey, if you're not fueling your body, you're not eating often enough, you're not going to be able to move, whatever that is for you. I hate to use the word working out because that's not everybody's cup of tea. But movement, right? We need to be out there moving, dancing, walking, martial arts, biking, boating, kayaking, whatever that is for you. You should be moving 150 minutes a week, whatever that is for you. I don't care. Something to get the heart rate up. Find fun and enjoyment. I love it when it's mostly out in nature because then you don't even realize you're moving or working out. But if you're not fueling your body, you won't have the energy or the desire to do it. And movement, in my opinion, needs to be something fun and something you enjoy. And again, if you're on medication and you're not eating often enough, that can stimulate drops that are too low. You're going to feel gross. You're going to feel terrible. And you need to be sure and be aware of that. So, yay! So, you said a client of yours, what do you do? So what do? I'm a health coach. I'm a certified diabetes prevention health coach. So every single one of you in this group has an opportunity to speak to me for 30 minutes, one time, for free. Let's talk. Let's figure out. Come on the call, though, with a challenge. Come on the call with something that you just can't figure out, you can't resolve, and let's resolve it in that 30 minutes. That's fun for me. That way I know that I'm being helpful. I'm helping you accomplish or achieve or overcome whatever that challenge or barrier is. Love it, right? On the call, there's no pressure. There's no sales pitch or whatever. But if you do want to work with me closer, I can gift you a whole week in my wellness app where I monitor you twice a day. Yeah. So you're going to plug in everything you eat, everything you drink, your sleep, your movement. It's a real easy app to use. So the food-wise, you just take a picture of your food, whatever it is, or drink, whatever you put in your mouth. Tell me what time it is and roughly what it is. I can tell a lot by a photo. And then you'll log your sleep, you'll log your water, and stress is kind of nice to know too, which you just kind of journal that in. But I just monitor you for a week. And oftentimes, it just simply brings awareness to all those things that are important, right? Just like water. If you're not drinking enough water, you're not hydrated, your blood sugar levels are going to be higher, right? So it might bring awareness to the fact that you're not drinking enough water. You might think you're drinking enough water, but when we bring awareness and we track it, it might be something different. Or, somebody had brought up, I did a teaching course this morning. Somebody had brought up, oftentimes I finish my kids' food, on the plate. I don't want to throw away or waste the food. It brings mindfulness to the fact that they're eating foods that they shouldn't be eating, right? Maybe it's macaroni and cheese or corn dogs or things like that. And they're like trying to figure out why their blood sugars are unmanaged. But it's these little bites, these little nibbles and reaching into the candy drawer, or bowl. These things are what are holding you back. All right. So, yay. Hi, David. Hi, David. But anyways, so yes, I am a certified diabetes health coach. I can help you. Reach out to me. Oftentimes I get people that I talk to on the phone and they're like, oh, I didn't want to bother you. Please private message me. I check it several times a day, private messages. Just shoot me a private message. Let's talk. Let's create a plan. I'll nudge you forward. And help you in any way that I can. Oftentimes people are like, well, if you're going to talk to me for free for 30 minutes and you're going to give me the app for a week for free, then that's great. But what does it cost after that? No obligation. You're not stuck staying on it, but it is $85 a month, which is really inexpensive because what I do is not only do I monitor you twice a day, what doctor does that? I monitor you twice a day, nudging you forward, giving you motivational, lifting comments, and nudging you forward 1% better every day. But I also give you an opportunity to get on the phone with me twice. So every 2 weeks, we jump on a call for 30 minutes. We kind of fine tune, I answer your questions, and we just kind of keep pushing you forward, nudging you forward. My goal is to help you get better just a little bit every day because I don't teach dieting. I teach a healthy lifestyle, a way of being, a new mindset, a way of thinking and fueling your body and taking care of your body that is not a diet. It's not temporary. It's not miserable. It's not painful. It's easy. All right. So I've been over my 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Woohoo! I feel like I gave a lot of information, hopefully not too much, but I'm here, right? Let me know how I can help you. This group is yours. Post your questions in the group, post your challenges, post whatever it is that you need help with, and know that you have the other group, #health. HEALTH. It's a whole nother group. It's a lot different than this group. This group is all about prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, but the health group is more about activity. It's motivational on being more active, and it answers other little questions too. You're more than welcome to be in both groups. The other group is quite large and a little bit faster paced, but really some incredible people in there that are inspiring and motivational. But feel free to reach out to me if you're not sure how to find that. But I'm here for you. But thank you both, Sherry and David, for hanging in there with me. If you're still watching this, comment below, hit replay, or ask me some questions. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye.